On New Year's Day 2025, I got to speak with Hall Schmidt, offensive tackle with the Boise State Broncos, while he waited for his bags at SeaTac Airport. Hall enjoys meeting new people, and his belief in being open and approachable helps that happen. My name is Nick, and this is Conversations on the Coast. Good morning.
Good morning.
Would you be interested in doing a short interview while you're waiting for bags?
Sure.
Awesome. So what I'm doing is today, you're waiting for physical bags, and so I'm talking to people about their psychological baggage and how it supports your beliefs.
Okay.
So it's a process called navigating beliefs, and it's all about critical thinking and how do we know what we know.
Okay.
Sound interesting?
Yeah.
Cool. My name is Nick.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hall.
You're Hall. And how tall are you? Because
I'm 6'7".
6'7". Oh my God. Because I'm barely 5'7", and I'm looking up, which is an amazing experience. So where are you coming in from today?
I'm coming from Boise, Idaho.
You're coming from Boise.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So that's the Phoenix just finished unloading their bags, so you're next.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. And what do you do in Boise? What brings you to Seattle?
I play football, and my family's in Boise, or no, my family's in Seattle. So I came from Boise to Seattle because I play football.
What team do you play for?
Boise State.
For Boise State?
Yeah.
Awesome. How is the team doing this year?
Good. We actually just lost last night, but it's all good.
Well, happy New Year, and I hope the rest of the year goes
Thank you.
goes better for you.
Thank you.
So what's something that you're convinced of that might affect the way you treat people, the way you move in the world? That's meaningful for you.
I would say the approachability of people.
The approachability of people. Actually, speaking of that, did I mention that my name is Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what did you say your name was?
Hall.
Hall. Okay, I need to remember that.
Yes.
So, Hall, what do you mean by approachability of people?
I'd say when you go up to someone and you have a smile on your face, you want to talk to them. You want to have a good conversation with them.
Just like we're doing today?
Yes, exactly right.
Awesome. So, so how do we formulate that into like a statement of belief? So you believe that you should be approachable? Is that what you're saying, or you believe that? What is that? What is the core belief about approachability?
I would say I believe that you should want to be approachable.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you say is the main reason that you believe that?
Conversations are something that can get you through the day, even just a simple one like this one right now. It's just something that you can look forward to every time you see a new person.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Why is that important?
Making connections is always great, especially in football, in the football world.
Okay.
Yeah, so just meeting new people, talking to new people, creating new connections is always great. Yeah.
Okay. Is this something that is a benefit to your career, or just a benefit to your relationships? What does this lead to that makes it important?
I would say both. Okay. For career, I get interviewed a little bit at football, so it helps me just get to know the people interviewing me, and just getting to know people that interview me, and then personally, talking to people is always great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you became convinced that talking to people actually led to bad results, would that reduce your confidence that you should be approachable?
That's a tough question. I would say it probably would, but that's just not really how I go about it. Yeah.
Okay. If it was not a positive thing, how would you figure that out?
Trial and error.
Okay.
That's the only. I feel like that's the only way you could really go about it.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Why is trial and error a good reason to believe something is true?
I mean, scientists use it all the time. They try to figure out different formulas and do stuff like that. So, with trial and error.
So, is the fact that scientists do it a good reason to believe that it's useful?
I would say so. I mean, they're some of the smartest people in the world, so I as well follow in their footsteps.
So, if somebody who's a smart person or who's a scientist tells you something, would you say that you should believe them because they're smart people?
You can always run your own tests. You can always become your own little scientist too. So I'd say that's also a good way to go about it. But you can always take it with a grain of salt, what the scientist says. Yeah.
So how would you? So you talk to someone and they're a scientist, and you respect them. You're pretty sure that what they're telling you is probably true. Maybe because you know their past history, or you know they use scientific discipline. How would you apportion your confidence between what the scientist tells you because they're a scientist and the reasons that they've come to that conclusion? That was a little bit tortured. Did you kind of get what I'm?
Yeah, can you explain that a little?
Yeah. So, is it the fact that a scientist told you? Or is it the stuff that they did to confirm the results that's important?
I would say it's the stuff they did that confirmed the result. Yeah.
Cool. And if there was let's go to something that was contentious in the last few years: vaccine effectiveness. Okay. How would you determine whether a vaccine, say the COVID vaccine, was effective? Like a scientist is telling you it's effective. How do you know that that's true? Or why do you believe that that's true?
That's a tough one because, I mean, things takes years of research. So you can only find out the effects later down the line. You can't find it out right away.
Okay. But would you believe it because the scientist told you, or are you looking at kind of like what they've done?
If I truly believe the scientist was really dialed into what he works on, then yes.
Okay. Awesome. So I want to go back to your original statement about approachability, and I want to ask you about two dimensions of confidence in this. The first is, how confident are you on a scale of 0 to 100 that you should be approachable? You want to be approachable.
Okay, I am 100% confident that I want to be approachable.
Okay.
I would say I'm probably around 65% approachable.
Okay. Now, the other scale I want you to consider is 0%. This is just something that you like to do. 100% means this is a moral duty for everyone. You're morally bankrupt if you don't do it. Where are you along that continuum?
About being approachable?
Yeah. Do you think everybody should do it, and how strongly?
I think everyone should strive to do it. I don't think everyone necessarily needs to do it.
And so what number would you put on that? So you're not at 0 and you're not at 100.
I probably that's a tough one. Probably 50, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, 50%.
So about half. So maybe you'd think it's a moral virtue, but probably not a moral duty.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Cool. So that's probably about as far as I think we can take it without getting too deep. How did you feel about this process and this conversation? Any feedback from me?
I mean, it was great. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool. Paul, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
And I hope you have a great day.
You too.
Cool. You've been listening to Conversations on the Coast, a series from Washington State featuring civil conversations using street epistemology to explore what people believe and why. Find out more at streetepistemology.com.